You think we should go back?
Yeah, I think that's probably best.
Hmm?
Hey, Seven, what's up?
Oh, well,
Is that a medicine bottle?
I got curious about it. Here.
Ethylene diamine tartrate?
Yeah, that's right. CDT.
What kind of medicine is that?
It's not medicine. I think it's an industrial strength detergent.
Why would they have something like that here?
Well, probably to clean stuff up.
Clean what up?
Fuck if I know. It looks like it's cleaned my brain up.
You remember something?
Yeah. Well, I remember a story. Happened about 50 years ago. There was this factory somewhere. They were making it to sell as an industrial, but a year after the fact, something strange started happening. Water molecule. Once the crystals turned into a hydrate, the factory had to just... But it didn't end there. After that, they'd been making crystals the same way. But now, all of a sudden... In fact, ever since that day, no fact, even in EDT research done years after it happened at the first factory, it was like... Man, how do you say it?
Like the molecules were communicating with one another, transmitting information in a way. This phenomena spread throughout.
Yeah, that's... But... How do...
I heard another story, kind of like that.
When?
In the freezer?
What? The freezer?
Yeah, June told me.
Ice that doesn't melt at room temp.
That sounds familiar?
Yeah, hold on. I feel like I can...
Do you? Do you?
Ice. That's...
That one.
Alice!
Who's Alice?
Come on.
Huh?
You know how the Titanic sank?
Yeah, what about? It was a...
No. The ship that collected the dead bodies, the McKay, it set up the Atlantic. Anyway,
This isn't...
well, they... One of the...
A cop?
Yeah. The craftsman who made it must have been... It wasn't just... It was... The crew had... Inside. They found her hair. They say that she was... Her skin was... She did, like the rest. Eventually, the three... However, they say that there was... In that...
The girl?
That's right. But a week and a month after... Rumors of people came after... Now... Of course.
Why?
Well, they say with the body after... You might...
Wait.
Yeah.
Now what?
Because I know.
And just...
What happened?
All right.
What? I've heard. Lord, you've heard that?
Lord? Oh.
Yeah.
What do you...
Gordane. And he hit it. But nope, he died in a pen. How?
How?
Well, where? And he's Alice. What the hell? You're good. So that's she's hit another word.
Hey, what are you? Stop.
Okay.
Gee,
Yeah, it might be.
Alice.
that mummy wasn't. Even.
Then was that? Did the water? No, there's no way.
Hey, hold on.
Oh,
Where's?
huh? Oh, God.
Sure thing.
Hey, Clover. What's wrong? What are you doing? Did you want to come back here and say goodbye to John? Hey, Clover. Can you hear me?
My brother might be dead.
Huh?
That's why we couldn't find him. If he's dead, I'm going to be next.
What are you talking? What's wrong with you? Oh, yeah. It's in a four-leaf clover. Hey, did you know? Each leaf means hope. That's what. Take it. Listen. No matter you have, if you can, Snake. He's a.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, come on.
Wait,
What's?
what?
Oh,
I guess. I mean,
what is this?
you
Cross my.
real?
Really?
I.
Of course.
Okay, I'll tell.
Wait.
Yeah, it was commute.
Field?
Like this, but
Huh?
isn't or the. You don't really. Okay. Let's. What? What would you?
Well, I guess.
But what?
I'd add.
What if? Well, until. Once can you?
So.
Yeah. The shit. If you keep that, can you? And what? Then the one. Hey, these is this.
Johnson. But
We're think of the song maybe, or maybe if you those that's through.
Hey, how long? We don't have. Oh,
No, we were
just
playing.
Huh?
Let's go.
Playing? Didn't.
all right.
You don't.
All right.
Hey, man, you're so... Can't you...
Not really.
My brother, I'm...
Like, not after...
There too, huh? Every door in this place is locked up tight.
Oh, pocket watch.
Hey?
Oh,
Yeah, there is! You check... That's a lie. That's why there's... I'm pretty... That's why...
well,
What was that? Why?
Oh,
What's it?
I didn't get...
What?
About... You said...
I'm sorry, but I'm just... I can't stop. I mean, who would do something like that? I can't forgive them. I'm not gonna let them get away with it. They're gonna pay for it. I promise. So, Junpei, who do you think did it?
Well, if what Seven said was right, then there would have to be at least 2 of them. You need at least 3 people to open the numbered doors, and if you subtract Snake, that means there were at least 2 other people.
You're right. So, what does that mean?
Well, if we just look at the bracelet numbers, we should be able to figure it out. Who could have opened door 3 with Snake? Well, really, who and who, or who and who?
You mean it could have been 4 people?
Well, technically, it's possible.
I don't know. That doesn't seem very likely.
Why?
I'll tell you later. Why don't we just assume it was only 2 other people for now?
Okay, got it. Let's do that then.
Then who do you think it could be?
Would it be Santa and Seven? The digital route for Snake, Santa, and Seven... 3! Wait, hold on. Are Santa and Seven...
What's wrong?
Well, I thought about it, and...
That's what I thought. Santa and 7. If it was 2 people, then that's the only combination that works.
Hey, wait a minute there. Don't you think it's a little too early to be jumping to conclusions? Well, all I said is that those 2 would have been able to open door 3 with your brother. There might be other possibilities.
Well, what other possibilities? Are you saying you think that it was 3 or 4 people? I really don't think that's likely.
Why not?
Can I borrow your pen and paper?
Yeah, here. What's this?
These are the combinations for 3 or 4 people. These 8 combinations are the only possible ones.
Oh, I see.
Junpei,
Yeah?
I can trust you, right?
Of course. Why would you need to ask that?
Really?
Yeah,
So then I should get rid of B, D, G, and H, right?
of course. Just cross them out. And you should take off yours too. The ones with 4.
So, what does that leave?
A and E. Wait, it can't be A.
Why?
Because June's in that one. There's no way in hell she'd do something like that.
Are you sure?
I bet my life on it.
Okay then. I can cross off A too, right?
Yeah,
Well, what have we got left?
E.
Do you know what this means?
Everyone besides me, you, and June would be working together.
Do you think that's likely? If there were 4 people working together, they wouldn't be very cautious. I don't think they'd try that hard to hide what they were doing if they outnumbered us, right?
Well, You do have a point.
And besides, if Ace and Seven are working together, they could have easily gotten rid of me when I went to the shower room with them. But they didn't. They didn't even try anything. If they were killers, why wouldn't they?
Oh, I see. Anyway, I understand now. It seems pretty unlikely that it was as many as 3 or 4 people.
Yeah,
Then that means there's a good chance it was Santa and Seven.
that's how it looks.
But why would they do it?
Their motive.
Have I interrupted something?
What is it?
There was something I wanted to speak with you about, Junpei. Could you come with me for a moment?
Go ahead.
Okay. What did you want to talk about?
There was something I wanted to check.
Yeah? What's that?
If you'll excuse...
Hey!
I'm
No!
just... What excuse? I managed...
Then...
Oh...
Oh, a hallway.
It's far too narrow. This seems to be the only route.
Huh. It's like... What do you...
Nothing.
What about it?
There's no... Didn't I...
Yeah, well, don't you... The letter... And of... It's too... Look! Isn't that...
You're...
No, I'm sure... I think... If we're walking anyone just like... the killer... Do you know...
What?
Like I... Too bad. Where's the... It's the same...
That's...
Yeah. Alright, who killed...
I don't...
And what's the...
How would...
You have no...
Why would...
We should... Give me a hand.
Huh?
We gotta... Oh, here. Huh? Hey, it's the...
Lastly, let us discuss how to remove the bracelets. There are only one, you two, in the...
Oh, God. This man...
Huh?
No, it's just... If his bracelet's off, that means...
Well, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah. He looks... I mean, if there wasn't all this blood... I mean, I know it's kind of a messed up thing to say. Dying from a bomb going off. Some of Snake's bones went right through his skin. I think the explosion must have thrown him against a... There was a broken bone just... And...
What did you just say?
Oh, man. I am so sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I really don't know what I was thinking. I mean...
No, that's not what I'm talking about. What did you say about his arm?
Arm?
Yes, his left arm. You said it, didn't you?
Well, yeah, I did, but I mean, didn't you see it too?
Of course not. I could barely look at him. There's no way I was going to see the details. Are you sure it was his left arm?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
And he had a broken bone, right?
What the hell are you getting at here?
Just shut up and answer me!
Yeah, he did. It was pretty bad, too. The bone was sticking out of the arm. Clover? What's wrong? Look, I'm sorry if I said anything.
Thank you.
Huh? What are you...
Thank you so much, Junpei.
Hey, what's going on with you?
I'm sorry, it's just... I'm so happy.
Why?
The body in the shower room, it isn't his. It isn't my brother.
Huh?
It's not Snake.
Why on earth would you think that?
Because his left arm is... I'm sorry. I really shouldn't be talking about this. But he's still alive. I'm so happy. I'm so glad. Junpei, you were right.
Huh?
No matter what happens, you can never lose hope. You have to remember what's most important, and that's to have faith and to have love. If you can remember all of those, that'll bring you good luck.
That's...
I only made it here because you gave me this. I was suspicious of everybody, and I was angry and miserable. But because I had this four-leaf clover, because of what you said to me,
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Junpei.
Oh, if you really want to thank somebody, you should be thanking Santa.
Santa? Why?
Well, he was the one who gave me that thing. And the words for each leaf, I got that from him too.
Oh.
Huh?
Did Santa really tell you those things?
Yeah, he did. Did I, say something wrong?
Oh, no. Not at all. In fact, this could be really good news. I think.
You think?
Santa knew about the words and the clover. The only people who should know about that are the other subjects.
Subjects?
The other people who were in the experiment 9 years ago, with my brother and me. But he's blind, and I was part of the Nevada test group. So neither of us would be able to recognize the faces of the people who were on this boat.
Whoa. Okay, time out. Let's just calm down for a second, okay? Start from the top. Don't start with the end and then jump to the middle. You gotta start with 1 and then move to 2 and 3. If you don't tell me stuff in the right order, I'm never gonna be able to figure it out.
Okay.
All right, let's start with this experiment. What happened on this boat 9 years ago?
Do you know about morphogenetic fields?
Morphogenetic fields.
All right, how about this? Theory of the telepathic mechanism.
I think Lotus mentioned something like that.
Telepathy, huh? Well, that's not really it, but I suppose it's similar.
So they were testing telepathy on this ship?
Yeah, I guess so.
So, what exactly did they have you guys do?
The same thing that we're doing now. Exactly the same thing.
What?
The Nonary game. 9 people were put on this boat, and 9 others were put in the building in Nevada, and the game started.
Look, I'm sorry, but I don't get it. What do the Nonary game and some telepathy experiment have to do with each other? Am I missing something here?
The ability to access a morphogenetic field is affected by a couple of things. The first is epiphany, and the other is danger. You know how sometimes when you're up against a really tough problem, and then the answer just kind of pops in your head? That's an epiphany, and what you learn from the epiphany can be transmitted with telepathy. When you add danger to that equation, then it gets easier to transmit that information over telepathy.
So you're saying the Nonary game was supposed to introduce that element of danger?
Yeah, but it couldn't be just any old danger. It had to be life and death. And someone did actually die. A girl.
Huh.
She was on the boat with my brother. I was in Nevada. I never met her, but I did hear her name. Her name was...
Oh, my apologies. I seem to have disturbed you.
Ace.
You two must have strong stomachs. I can't imagine how you could stay in this room for so long. At any rate, Junpei, would you be so kind as to come and help me with something? I'm having a little trouble, and I could really use your assistance. Come on. It'll only take a moment.
I don't want Ace to hear us. We can talk about this later.
Huh? Hey, wait!
Junpei, what are you doing in there? Hurry up!
A all out. Does this... What the hell?
They are high.
Ancient.
That's right. Of course. I can.
What the... Whoa, the... Huh?
Oh, you're
Something... Bottom.
so it.
Bottom.
Oh,
7.
Alice?
Could be... Then...
what's wrong? Is that
Well...
the Egyptian priestess and Ice 9? Interesting.
And the woman who wouldn't melt, who was recovered from the Titanic disaster? They called her All Ice, which eventually turned into Alice. And she was purchased by an English millionaire who called himself Lord Gordain. According to Seven, this ship is where he hid Alice.
And you think that he hid her in a small room beyond the library on the bottom deck?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is just a theory.
Junpei, have you ever heard of the term CAS?
Cass?
It stands for Cells Alive System. It is an advanced technology for freezing and preserving organic matter. Put simply, it is a technique that allows one to freeze things without the formation of ice crystals. Normally, if you freeze something fresh, water within its cells expands as it crystallizes, damaging the cell membrane. CAS, however, works differently. The object to be frozen is supercooled using magnetic fields, and then frozen instantly and uniformly, giving ice crystals no time to form. It was originally developed for the preservation of food, as an alternative to the normal freezing process. Now, however, there are rumors that it can be used for other things.
What do you mean, other things?
Well, there are obvious medical uses, but perhaps also space travel.
Space travel? Are you serious?
Surely you've heard of suspended animation. Cryogenic freezing? It's a fairly common idea in science fiction books and films. People are sometimes frozen for especially lengthy journeys through space.
Whoa, wait a minute there. Are you saying that Alice was frozen using that CAS thing?
Well, I'm sure the possibility is quite low, but it is a possibility. If this special ice you call Ice 9 does indeed exist, and CAS were used to freeze her into that sort of ice instantaneously.
You think she could be alive?
Well, I can't say for sure, of course. I'm only talking about possibilities. The melting point for Ice 9 is 96 degrees, right? If she were put somewhere where she could reach that temperature...
That's nuts. Are you really saying she could have defrosted and started walking about?
You're quite right. It does sound unbelievable. But if she had, then we would have an explanation for the man we found dead on the floor.
You mean the guy dressed like a captain?
Yes. He was dead when we found him. Clearly, he was murdered. But if he was murdered, then by whom? It couldn't have been one of us. That would be impossible. In order to enter the captain's quarters, one must first open door 1. That door that requires the Earth key prevented us from accessing door 1. Who was it that opened that door?
Santa and Lotus.
Right. Clearly, the two of them could not have opened door 1, or any other door for that matter. Who else then could have done so?
Nobody. After Santa and Lotus used the Earth key, they turned back and met up with me and June. Then we returned to the large hospital room and found Ace, Seven, and Clover. While we'd gone into the shower room, Ace, Seven, and Clover had stayed behind. But it's impossible for those three to open door 1. But what about when June and I took the elevator to door 2? No, still won't work. We were only gone 5 minutes. No human being could have run to the captain's quarters, killed that guy in there, and run back that fast.
It would be impossible for any of us to be the murderer. That being the case, who could have killed him? Wouldn't it make sense if his killer was someone who had been in the ship for some time? A person like that would know the ship well. They would know the locations of all the hidden passages and secret doors. The numbered door would mean nothing to someone like that. It would be a simple thing for them to enter the captain's quarters.
Then you're saying the killer was Alice?
Well, this is all only one possible theory.
All ice. Alice. Is she really somewhere on the ship? Maybe this card will give me access to the Forest of Knowledge and the big mystery. What could be there beyond the Forest of Knowledge? Anyway, whatever. It's gonna have to wait. I can't do anything right now. I'll come back to this later. All right, let's go.